So YouTube, boy, so back again for another video, man. Today we got a video uploaded by Cosmic Wonder. This one is called Spider-Man No Way Home. New photos and details, Tom's final Spidey movie. I have a theory. Theory is, basically, within this movie, he's not going to go back to our universe or to the MCU. Instead, maybe potentially he goes over to the Sony universe or the SPPU or whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? That's my theory. Let's see what he's talking about. Let's get it, man. Let's go. Hopefully your day was pretty good. Mine was pretty straight. You know what I'm saying? Let me know down below in the comments how's yours. With that being said, let's get it. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. And today is a great day because we have some new official photos from Spider-Man No Way Home, and we have Tom Holland himself.
His voice sounds different to me a little bit.
In the movie, what it was like filming some of these scenes. One scene in particular, the scene with Doc Ock, Alfred Molina, returning to play the character. What that was like, and what it was like filming with Zendaya and Jacob Batalon again, and the heartbreak that they all felt, not knowing if this actually was going to be the last Spider-Man film that they filmed together. While at the same time, Tom Holland talks about how confident he was in filming Spider-Man No Way Home along with director John Watts, and how much fun they had filming this movie. And last but not least, Tom Holland talks about if they did do another Spider-Man film or franchise after the No Way Home trilogy, it would have to be very different than what they're doing now. And I'll deep dive into all of this in this video, and if you're new and you want to stay up to date on all things Spider-Man No Way Home, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. So first,
I like that photo. That's pretty funny.
This is all coming from Entertainment Weekly, EW.com, and they did release two new steals from Spider-Man No Way Home. And of course, we will talk about these first. Now, the first one is actually kind of funny. It's of Spider-Man and MJ. Now, if you pay attention to MJ's clothes and Spider-Man's Spidey suit, you can notice that these are actually the exact same outfits that they were wearing at the end of Spider-Man Far From Home in the post-credit scene. So this picture that we're looking at right here is most likely at the very beginning of the film. It's no doubt going to take place right after the events of Spider-Man Far From Home, right after Mysterio reveals that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. This is most likely right after JJJ gets done talking on the mega screen. Then
Spider-Man, public enemy number one.
Look at Spider-Man, and then he's going to grab MJ and get out of there. And as we know from the post-credit scene, MJ did not really like web slinging that much, and in this one it looks like he's free falling for some period of time before he slings that web. And she just looks like
web
she's
slinging
having
is like one of the best methods of transportation in New York, bro.
We get another
I like that one. That's cool.
Spider-Man and Doctor Strange in the background appears to be right outside of the Sanctum, and Strange just looks really fed up with Peter, like, come on kid, what are you doing here? And if you notice, he is still wearing that red and black Spider-Man suit. So this most likely is taking place during the first half of the film as well. This is probably either right before or right after he goes to Doctor Strange and asks him to do that spell where everybody can forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Now, there's absolutely zero context to these photos. However, if I look at this photo with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, I kind of feel like it's a very particular scene. I kind of feel like this is right after some villains are let loose, and the multiverse kind of starts to go into chaos. Since we see Peter Parker in normal clothes in the trailer inside of the Sanctum asking Doctor Strange to do the spell, and in this photo he is in his Spider-Man outfit, I want to say that this is after Doctor Strange does the spell. Also, not to mention, Wong is nowhere to be seen, and if something was going on outside, Wong would definitely be there checking it out. So I'm assuming that this is after Strange does the spell, and we know that Spider-Man kind of
he does look like he's like looking into the distance, almost like, oh, something's happening. You know what I'm saying? Like he's seeing something happening. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that makes sense. Like the villains are being released, or this is like right after something's happening outside. You know what I'm saying? And then Strange is just like.
Or as Doctor Strange says, he tampers with it. And now it looks like that tampering kind of caused things to go wrong, and now they're dealing with the repercussions, and this could be why Doctor Strange is pretty fed up with Spider-Man in this photo. His arms are crossed and he's looking at him, kind of like, you see what you did, kid? Also, at this point, we kind of know that the villains are going to be kept inside of a magical prison cell inside of the sanctum that Strange is holding them in. And as rumor has it, Spider-Man is actually going to
this could be the scene,
free, whether
where he like
or accident or whether it
right
was
after,
the spell, we
right
don't know
after.
at this point. But that could be what we're seeing right here. He let all of the villains go, and that could be the reason that Strange is pretty pissed right here. Hopefully
Jeez, I can't wait to see this movie, bro. I hope it's like 3 hours long.
We're getting that within about a month now. But with these photos, like I mentioned, came interviews with Tom Holland and him speaking up about some certain parts of the film. And the first thing we're going to talk about is his scene with Alfred Molina. Tom Holland talks about filming with Alfred Molina, and keep in mind the last time that Alfred Molina filmed as Doc Ock was in 2004.
Years ago,
That's
bro.
when Spider-Man 2 came out, which also means that he probably
Over a
filmed
decade.
in 2003 as well. That means Alfred Molina played Doc Ock almost 20 years ago, and it's been almost 20 years since he acted like Doc Ock. And here's what Tom Holland had to say about filming with Alfred Molina. He said, "It was really fun to watch him see how technology has advanced. When he was making these films, the arms were puppets, and when we did it, they're all imaginary and CG. It was quite cool to see him relive it."
Oh yeah, that does make a lot of sense, because I remember watching like the behind the scenes for like Spider-Man 2, and it's like a prop like puppet like thing that they use like around Alfred Molina. So yeah, this is I wonder if they're like, we've only seen like a snippet of them in the trailer, but I wonder like visually, is there like a visual difference? You know what I'm saying? Like when watching the movie, like moves kind of weird or different compared to like how they did in 2004. But then again, it's like advancement in technology and VFX and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Also
makes sense.
Relearn it. And I also love how they're just throwing Alfred Molina right at us. It's not
right. They're not saying anything about Willem Dafoe,
he came out and said he was in the film
any other
the first trailer even
actors.
Came out, and then they showed him plain sight in the first trailer.
Right.
Now he goes on to talk about how confident he was in filming this movie and how much fun him and director John Watts had. He says, "The first film, John Watts and I were sort of flying by the seat of our pants. This one, I think we both felt really confident, so we were able to relax. We actually had so much more fun on this one than we did on the previous two." And I'm sure that comes down to confidence, but I'm also sure that it comes down to having a lot of different big actors to work with in this film, if you're catching what I'm saying.
I caught what you said, man.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx, perhaps Paul Giamatti, and of course, what we're hoping for, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. And hopefully they are
Charlie Cox as well,
man. Sounds
man.
like the future of Spider-Man is kind of unknown at this point, and No Way Home could be it for Tom Holland. Now, I seriously doubt that he loves playing the character, and Marvel loves him, and Sony loves him, and they have a great relationship now, and I don't think that's coming to an end anytime soon. But in this article, he's leading us to believe like he doesn't know what's going.
They always do that though, you know what I'm saying? Like they're like, I don't know where my character's going. I don't know where the story's going. I haven't talked to Marvel.
Going to happen next. He said,
I haven't talked to Disney.
We're all treating No Way Home as the end of a franchise, let's say. I think if we're lucky enough to dive into these characters again, you'd be seeing a very different version. It would no longer be the Homecoming trilogy. We would give it some time and try to build something different and tonally change the films. Whether that
college,
happens or not,
Peter?
I don't know. But we were definitely treating No Way Home like it was coming to an end, and it felt like it. He goes on to say, "We've been making these films for 5 years now. We've had such an amazing relationship, the three of us. We've been with each other every step of the way." Obviously talking about Zendaya and Jacob Batalon and himself. He continues to say, "We've done every single film, every single press tour."
I think now, like I said, if the idea is that, this is my theory. Like I said, he goes over into the Sony Spider-Man universe, whatever they call it, SSU or something like that. He goes over to there, and necessarily MJ and Ned aren't going there, of course. I don't think they are, at least. So maybe that's why he's like saying like, kind of like saying it's like a kind of like a goodbye or whatever for like Ned and whatever. I forgot. I don't know the guy's actual name, like Paul, I think something. And then Zendaya, of course, as well, her character. Like they've been in all three of these, but with Tom going over into the Sony universe, they're not going with them. It's just Spider-Man and Peter Parker or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why he's talking about it in this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I think I might be onto something. You guys let me know your theories down below.
So this one scene, we didn't know if this would be the last time we were all working together. It was heartbreaking, but also really exciting because we're all moving into the next chapter of our careers. So sharing that moment with them was maybe the best day I've ever had on set. I don't think I've ever cried like that ever. But in the article
Cried,
for
man?
Entertainment Weekly, it says, still, Tom Holland adds that just because he spent the last 5 years perfecting his web slinging didn't mean that he could let himself get complacent. Tom Holland said, if you're not willing to focus and do the prep work, you're going to get called out. Because when you're dealing with magical spells and dimensions, really gets complicated.
Is this
now, when Tom Holland talks
legit
about the end of the
art?
Homecoming franchise and trilogy, I think that's exactly what he's talking about. The end of the Homecoming trilogy. Do I think he's coming back as Spider-Man? Yes.
Yeah, probably,
absolutely.
definitely.
And I think he's actually going to lead the Avengers, the new Avengers, or possibly the Young Avengers. And I do think the Homecoming trilogy will end, but a new one will begin. But I will say,
what would they call it?
Sony
Is it Spider-Man?
have not confirmed that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are going to be in the film. I really, really hope they do, and all of the evidence points to them being in the film. And if this truly is the last time that we're going to see Tom Holland on screen, I think it's actually going to be really, really cool to not only see him, but see the Spider-Man that came before him.
Right?
Him standing
it's like a
right next to Tobey Maguire's
lineage
and Andrew
passing
Garfield's
down
Spider-Man.
the torch kind of thing.
Standing right next to MJ and Ned. I don't think this is the last time we'll see Tom Holland as Spider-Man, but I do think that there will probably be some time in between Spider-Man films after this. And I do think that this film is going to be truly, truly epic. But let me know what you think about all of this in the comments down below. What do you think about these new photos? And what do you think about what Tom Holland said about this possibly being the end? Leave all your thoughts, comments, hopes, dreams, tears in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video, and for live updates, you can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I did post these photos on there first. So if you want to stay up to date live, follow me there. And as always, thank you all so much for watching.
Woof, woof. All right, Warren said it here, man. New photos are cool, pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? I already kind of explained and talked about what I thought of the photos, and also final Spider-Man film from Tom Holland. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have a theory. You guys heard my theory. I already explained it. I don't know, man. I don't necessarily think it's the last time I'm going to be seeing Tom be Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? However, this may be the last time he's in the MCU. Not the last time, but like he's going to be, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he goes into the SSU or whatever it's called, and then it's like a while later, and then he eventually comes back to the MCU or something like that. I don't know. It could be one of those type of situations. Anyways, well then again, Venom's also in the MCU, so I guess with Venom 3, because I don't think they're gonna do a Spider-Man versus Venom. It's probably gonna be like a Venom movie with Spider-Man in it, so it's gonna be Venom versus Spider-Man, I would think. But that's my theory, at least. I don't know. So then, would Venom fight Spider-Man in the MCU, or would they fix it to some degree and then Venom actually fight Spider-Man in his universe? I don't know. Y'all let me know down below in the comments, man. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? Let me know some of your potential theories, man. What do y'all want to see? With that being said, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram. Leroy says so. Same as YouTube channel. They can swim self-chart too. That being said, peace.